And although she was doing the absolute most on the runway, it was very effortless. You know, it doesn't feel like the girl was trying to fake it or she was pushing it. She was not trying to sell you anything. She was just presenting herself the way that she is and just being absolutely stunning at it. Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we have a very special reaction, or should I say more of a commentary video, because I will be presenting to you my top picks for the Miss Grand International 2021 Swimsuit Competition. If you were here on my channel, then you would know that I actually had a live stream where I reacted from beginning to end to the entire competition. So if your favorite candidate did not make my top picks, then you can go back to that video and watch what was my initial impression of your candidate. However, I still did want to sit down and film a separate video where I would actually watch the show for a second time just to get really all the details, be able to appreciate each one of the performances individually, and then present to you my top picks. And after doing all of that work, I did select 13 candidates which I will be presenting to you and giving you some of my comments and thoughts about their performance. As usual, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to leave a like so that my video gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section what you think about my picks, my comments, my feedback, all of it. It's important that you express yourself. Alright my friends, so without further ado, let's get into today's video. I really hope that you enjoy it.
Be strong.
Okay, so before we even get into talking about my topics, I just want to disclose this and put it up there. It was very hard to come up with this top 13. Actually, my initial intention was to go with a top 12, but you know what? There were so many deserving candidates that I wanted to include at least one more in order to, you know, give a little bit more visibility to each one of the candidates. I would also like to point out that I have a particular taste when it comes to Miss Grand International. I like things that are grand, I like extravagant, I like fun and playful, and that's precisely what I was looking for during this particular competition. So keep that in mind. Some people like a little bit more of the technical and conservative candidates. That's not really my vibe. And the topics that I will present to you will reflect my personal taste. So without further ado, let's get into my top 13 on the list, which is Miss Nigeria. I mean, ever since the very first video reaction that I made on my channel for Miss Grand International, I told you that I was looking after this girl. There is something about her. It's like the combination of a stunning body, but also a very, you know, centered and powerful personality, and I like that a lot. Now, she did not disappoint during the competition. Obviously, just look at her photo. She is stunning. She is so fit. I cannot find any extra weight anywhere on her body. Now, the only reason why she didn't make it higher on the list was because I think that she was a little bit too focused on the technique and the performance, and she forgot to have a little bit of fun. And you know, MGI is really putting so much effort into the entire pageant, things that are a little bit outside of the box, so it's important for the candidate to show us that they are enjoying the process. And although she did hit all the marks for the technical aspects, I wanted her to give me a little bit more smile, a little bit more, you know, just playfulness overall. But regardless of that, Miss Nigeria really brought her A game when it comes to the swimsuit presentation. Next one on the list, we have actually a fan favorite, Miss Hong Kong, or should I say Miss Hong Kong. Okay, I'll stop with that. But honestly, she was such a refreshing surprise during this competition, in particular because since the beginning of the competition, she has been giving us a lot of, you know, funny moments and, you know, like a little bit of a quirky personality. She likes to get attention that way, you know, by playing with humor and being funny. However, don't sleep on this girl, because the presentation that she gave us, she kept her essence. You still had that playfulness, that, you know, like witty side, but she was actually very beautiful, very sexy when it comes to the way that she presented herself on the dock as she was walking down with the swimsuit. If I'm being fully honest, just before the competition, I actually saw on Instagram Reels, there was a video of her rehearsing her pasarela, and I was quite impressed. So from that moment, I told myself, you know what, she might surprise me during swimsuit, and that's precisely what she did. What I like the most is that she gave me a healthy balance of everything. You know, I don't want the candidate to pretend to be someone else. I don't want her to really lose her essence, but she was able to blend that quirky personality that she has with what is expected of her during this type of presentation. And that, honestly, on that level, I cannot complain. I have to put her on the list because I loved everything that she presented. Number 11 on the list, we have Miss Vietnam. And I know that this is a fan favorite because this girl did such an amazing job. If I'm being honest, I'm quite happy that she is the last one in the competition because that always gives me a reason to look forward to the end. I mean, when she came on the runway, it was just a moment. The way that she was like being so playful, I think she was voguing. I mean, like, I've never seen anything like that on a pageant. So automatically the girl is gonna stand out. You're gonna remember her. She is just gonna be like so memorable, and that's exactly what she gave me. And although she was doing the absolute most on the runway, it was very effortless. You know, it doesn't feel like the girl was trying to fake it or she was pushing it. She was not trying to sell you anything. She was just presenting herself the way that she is and just being absolutely stunning at it. Look at the body. I mean, an hourglass. I don't have anything to criticize. The hair, the face, stunning. I am in awe. I love her. I cannot get enough. Number 10 on the list, we have Miss Puerto Rico. And this was not a surprise for me because we know that the Latinas really deliver in these categories. You know, especially the island girls, the countries who have access to the beach, they do very, very well during this type of competitions. And what I liked the most about this girl was her aura. When you think of the spectrum of like funny, playful, and like technique, she was like towards the middle in the sense that she was having fun. You could tell that she was having a good time, but she was not trying to push it as other candidates. You know, some of them were doing the absolute most on stage with the hands, with the movement, the twirls, the hair. Miss Puerto Rico was just giving you the right balance of technique and what, let's say, like the traditional type of pasarela for this type of swimsuit presentations, but just being effortless enough for me to appreciate the performance. And that's something very, very interesting because although the ones who always stand out the most are the candidates that we really, let's say, find the funniest or with the biggest personality, the judges tend to go for someone who is a safe bet for the crown, someone who will be able to represent the organization in all senses of the word. So we don't know, but I'm expecting a lot of good things from Miss Puerto Rico. I'll keep an eye on her. Number 9 on the list, we have Miss Thailand, and Thailand did not disappoint. Once again, they are proving that Thailand is really one of the powerhouses in pageantry, and especially for this particular competition which is taking place in Thailand, she could not let her fellow countrymen down, and that's exactly what she did not do. I was personally really amazed by her body. I feel like not only she is very confident with her body and, you know, she feels really right on her element, but also the way that she exudes so much confidence. That's something that really grabbed my attention. In my opinion, Thailand, I wanted her to have a little bit more fun during the presentation. However, the technique and the way that she presented herself, I felt like it was loyal to who she is as a person. So I would rather her to, you know, represent herself fairly rather than compromise that for the sake of being funny or grabbing attention for the wrong reasons. So I'm not mad at that, and she still made it to my top 9 because, I mean, I just appreciated everything that she did. Girl, you did that. You killed it. Yes. Number 8 on the list, we have Miss Colombia, and Colombia is one of the countries that I have been really keeping a close eye lately when it comes to pageantry. I feel like the Colombian girls really have, you know, a different quality. There's something about them that the way that they walk, the way that they dress, the way that they, you know, do their makeup and hair, but also the way that they speak, that it's so interesting. And for that reason in particular, I was really expecting a lot from her. She did not disappoint because obviously top 8 out of, you know, I don't know how many girls, that is really a good placement. But when we look at her, physically speaking, she is stunning. I honestly think I'm gonna go straight for a moment here. Just kidding. But such a beautiful body. I mean, once again, the hourglass. I like that she looks so toned, but without looking overly fit. You know, sometimes certain bodies can just look like they have been at the gym like every single day for an entire year, not skipping any days. And for me personally, that kind of separates the candidate from the audience. It's not as relatable, but the type of body that Miss Colombia had is just stunning. She looks amazing on the swimsuit. Her face is a mix of like natural beauty but also like very innocent, can give you sexiness as well. So just the perfect balance of everything. She was having a good time in the pasarela without having to do the absolute most like other candidates did. But you know, once again, I feel like it's similar to the case of Puerto Rico. She gave me the right balance of everything that is expected of her, and for that reason I really wanted to recognize her. Next one on the list, we have Miss Indonesia. You know, I was really glad when I saw her performance because Indonesia is one of the countries who has like some of the die-hard fans. Indonesians love their beauty queens. They're really intense about it and they really support a lot. And I was just, I was just hoping the best for her, because whenever you have so much support, that also adds a lot of pressure to the candidates, and it's very easy to get nervous, it's very easy to get anxious as well. When I saw her that she came on the runway, I was just so reassured. I really liked how she was so centered, so focused, and just trying to have the best possible time during her presentation. I didn't feel like she tried to stun the cameras or the judges with any special, techniques whatsoever. She did bring a level of quality and technique that really elevated the competition, in my opinion. The way that she walked, the way that she will, project to the camera with her facial expressions, the twirls, just like her entire aura. It's something that I really did appreciate, and I'm excited to see what else she's gonna do during the competitions, because this is just the beginning, you guys. Number 6 on the list, we have Miss Philippines, Samantha Panlilio. And honestly, guys, I am so proud of Samantha. As I was watching the live stream yesterday, a lot of you guys were actually on the chat with me, so you know already what was my first impression of the entire thing. But I really did enjoy it. Samantha, in my opinion, compared to most girls, really put a lot of accent when it comes to the technique on delivering the walk. And we have been following Samantha for so long at this point. We know that it's something that she has really been working on, so I was expecting that from her. But at the same time, when you think of other videos of Samantha doing the pasarela, she is always like so fierce, like so focused on really just being like very commanding when she walks. But during this competition in particular, she really gave us smiles. She was having a good time. It didn't seem forced or like she was trying to overdo it for the sake of impressing anyone. It doesn't matter from which angle you look at Samantha. I mean, the body is perfect. I don't think she has a single ounce of fat in her body. It's just mind-blowing, and I can only give her props and recognize her for all of the effort that she has been putting into this entire competition ever since she won the title during Binibining Pilipinas. Personally, one of my favorites, hands down. I mean, nothing to criticize. Number 5 on the list, we have Miss Venezuela. And this girl, for the second time in a row, has really been standing out of the crowd for me. There's something about her that I really like. I think it's the hair with the bangs. I haven't seen any other candidates during the competition who have bangs as well. And it just, sets her apart, gives her a different look. And because of that, combined with the technique that she brings, her natural aura, I mean, a Latina, like the hot blood is right there, like very, very sexy as well. I feel like it's just the perfect blend of a lot of, impressive elements. So when she comes on the runway, she is just like so commanding, so appealing to the eye. I feel like that's the right term to put it. And just like I was telling you earlier, for Thailand and for Colombia, I feel like Venezuela is one of the powerhouses as well when it comes to pageantry alongside Philippines. This girl, in my opinion, is really giving us a fair representation of what Venezuelan girls can do. And you know what? We really need to keep a close eye on her, because she might surprise us during the competition. I feel like although she did very, very well during the swimsuit presentation, she has more in store that we have not seen. Let's just wait. Number 4 on the list, we have Miss Costa Rica. For those of you who have been following the pageant with me since the beginning, you know that Costa Rica was my initial crush from the pageant. Every single aspect of this girl is just impressive. Let's start by talking about the body. When you look at her, I mean, she is just so impressive in the sense that her curves are so defined and she is so very, very fit. But once again, it's kind of that balance when you can see clearly that she has been working on her body for a while, but she has not been overdoing it. Her definition is still very delicate, very feminine, very, all of those things. Not saying that there's anything wrong with being the opposite way, but I just feel like she has the perfect amount of everything. During the introduction, I felt like she was one of the most impressive ones. Like, it really grabbed my attention, the way that she introduced herself. Same thing during the welcome ceremony, and now with the swimsuit presentation, I mean, the girl is really proving that she's doing very well on each one of the activities so far. So I'm wondering how she's gonna do during preliminaries, during finals. So far, based on everything that I've seen, I think that she might have it in the bag for a top 5. We'll see. But when it comes to the overall performance that she gave us, I feel like she was very, very fierce. She was not smiling too much, or she wasn't, like doing the most with the hands like other candidates were doing once again. She did focus on the confidence side of things, you know, making sure that she delivers on the technique, making sure that the pasarela is clean, making sure that she hits all the cues. And at the end of the day, I feel like it was a very successful presentation. I am looking forward to see what else she's gonna bring to the table. I'm so thrilled about that, girl. We love you right here. Number 3 on my list, we have Miss Cuba, and I am so proud to, even tell you guys this, because obviously I am Cuban, so having my country do so well during this presentation, it was just like my heart could explode inside my chest. I feel like Hazel just truly embodied the essence of a Cuban woman. In our country, we always say that Cuban women, there's something about the way that they move their hips that is like hypnotizing, and she really brought that element to the runway. Now, I do feel like of all the candidates, Hazel was the one who really brought the perfect mix of, you know, just like smiling, personality, doing a little bit with, you know, the hands and the body without losing the essence of the pasarela. And you know, at the beginning I was like, am I being biased because I'm Cuban? But during my live reaction, as I told you, and if you don't believe me, you can go and check it out, everyone in the chat were saying exactly the same things that were going through my mind. So I don't think I'm delusional, I don't think I'm biased. This woman did an incredible job, and I couldn't be any more proud. I was a little sad because her presentation was cut short because of technical issues. I mean, we saw the cameraman running back and forth all along, and during the last segment of her presentation, there was a little problem with the camera, so we didn't get to see the last part of it. But just with what she delivered at first, I was sold. I was like, okay, she is making it into the list, and she's gonna be very high on that list. And there you go, she is number 3. Number 2 on the list is actually a candidate that I am not surprised to see here, but then I'm actually surprised, you know? And we are talking about Miss South Africa, of course. I mean, from beginning to end, there was not a dull moment during this presentation. From the moment that the camera focused on her in the very beginning, she was on character. That's all I can say. That's how I can explain it. She was like so fierce. Just the way that she would look at the camera with those beautiful eyes of hers. Damn. The hairstyling, love it. The body, amazing. The technique, outstanding. The personality, so charming. I don't know, I don't have enough adjectives to really compliment her. I knew for a fact, even before she got to Thailand, that she was going to be a threat within the competition, because I've been following her for a while. Truly, she brought a level of excellence that I was not expecting, and that I'm really glad to see. I am surprised, and I want more. Give me more. Alright, and now, last but not least, my number 1 pick for the entire competition goes to Miss Dominican Republic. I don't even know where to start with the compliments and the adjectives and all the nice things that I have to say about this woman. She is stunning, beautiful, hermosa, magnificent. I don't know what else to say. Oh my god. Let's talk about each one of the aspects that I loved about her presentation. First of all, I mean, the body. I'm not even gonna have to describe that too much, because if you have eyes, you can appreciate this body. From head to toe, perfection. Defined, toned, fit, you name it. When it comes to her technique, I feel like she was the only candidate who gave me a mix of a beauty queen walk, so a typical pasarela that we can expect from a beauty pageant, but also a little bit of fashion, like runway. And as she was walking down the runway, I was thinking to myself, you know what? If this girl was to win, she could really do very well with certain sponsors. She could really elevate the brand of Miss Grand International and bring it to a different level, you know? More than just a beauty pageant, or herself become more than just a beauty queen. Not only when she talks, her communication is amazing, but also the way that she presents herself physically is just, you cannot miss her. You cannot miss her. You cannot deny her. The way that she will synchronize her hips with her hands, the legs, I mean, even the hair, I could only compare her to someone like Naomi Campbell, honestly. And there was not a single moment that I didn't feel like it wasn't coordinated or even planned. Even when she will twirl around, like the hair will follow. It was like moving with the body. It was just like, from beginning to end, just, I feel like from beginning to end, she was the one who left the best lasting first impression. So I'm extremely proud of her, and like I was telling you from Miss South Africa, I want more. Miss Dominican Republic, don't stop it now. Keep it coming. I am addicted. I want more. So there you have it, you guys. Those were pretty much all my topics for the swimsuit presentation during Miss Grand International 2021. As I was telling you, this is my personal opinion based on the things that I look for on this type of candidates, but it's okay if you think differently. I just want you to go down in the comments, let me know who you would have included on the list and tell me why. Also, if you agree with my picks, let me know who are your top 5 favorites, or let's just have, you know, any type of healthy conversation about the pageant. It's so much fun, it's so entertaining, I love it. While you're at it, please don't forget to leave a like on my videos that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, come here and give me a hug, because that's a little tradition on the channel. You know that I love you, that I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few moments out of your day here with me. And until I see you next time, everyone, please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one.